Welcome back to another podcast episode of Are We Nerds with your favorite host, Emily, and
Emily.
right. You guys know how this goes. We got some anime news. Not a lot, but some. Start us off, Emily.
My Dress Up Darling anime sequel is officially announced. I'm super excited about this. However, I have multiple questions because spoilers for the manga real quick. They're still not together. And I want them to be together so bad. So I'm like but I'm excited. I really like My Dress Up Darling. I know people shit on My Dress Up Darling because of all the fan service. I'm just like, it's whatever at this point. Like, it's still a good series. I like My Dress Up Darling a lot. So, I'm excited. I'm super excited, actually.
Excited too. Adrian and I were just talking. Well, he was like, man, they're animating all this stuff, but like, where's the romance? Where's the shoujo anime? And I was like, that's a good point. Like, they really haven't animated anything, and there's such like good or like announced stuff. Not like animating right now, but like just announced that they're going to be releasing stuff. And there's so much good manga out there and just like stories that I wish they would animate that they just haven't animated or announced that they have. But so this is why I'm glad that we're getting a sequel. That a sequel was announced for My Dress Up Darling. Because I really liked My Dress Up Darling. I thought it was really cute and funny. And what's her name? Marin? Marin? I love her. Gojo? Best boy. Love him. But
Cosplay
in
Marin
other
so
news.
bad.
Huh?
I want you to cosplay Marin so bad. What's that face
In
for?
other news. New visual for My Hero Academia Season 6 and for Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 are out. I was a little shocked. I was shooketh to my core when I looked at the visual for My Hero because I was like, why does Shigaraki look really cool? Like, I never thought he looked cool until I saw this visual, and I was just like, this is not fair. And I was like, I need to not like him. But I liked how he looked in that visual. And then Dobby's just cool. So, but the visual for Jujutsu Kaisen, if you read the manga, you just know that that visual is depressing. So, check them out. They look really cool.
Then Genshin Impact anime was announced. Woo!
A lot of people in the Discord like talk about it, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna sound so dumb right now. It's a video game, right?
Yes.
Okay. I have no idea what it's about. I don't play video games because the way that my brain works, if I don't get something the first try, if it's not easy to me the first try, I get like royally pissed off and then I don't do it. So really the only video games I play, and it's not even daily, it's just if I'm there in the moment. Like if I'm at a party or something, I'm just playing Mario Kart or
My favorite.
Nintendo Sports. I do love playing some badminton
Yeah, she gets
on
mad at me
Nintendo
because
Sports.
I'm not good at it.
Yeah.
The way you just smiled so proudly. Yeah.
Yeah, she's not good. It's okay though. You know, you're good at other things. Just not Nintendo Switch badminton.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyways, last piece of news. Daily Life of the Immortal King Season 3 announced and is coming out October 2nd. Another October anime. This
Oh,
one's
really
a
fast.
Chinese one.
That's really fast. I need to watch this because if you guys didn't know, I'm learning Chinese right now. So I need to watch more Chinese everything. So if you guys have any suggestions, leave them in the comments for me.
Heaven's official blessing. I'm just gonna drop that right now. I'm actually really enjoying it. But I was like looking at the daily life of Immortal Kings or King, and I was just like, like I swear I could have watched this somewhere, and I was like, I think I was like watching this on YouTube, and it kind of just shook me for a second because I was just like, why the heck was I watching this on YouTube? Like, why was I in this situation watching this? I don't know. It hit me like deja vu. But the point of this episode today is we're doing like a little series of why you should be watching blank and blank of the animes that are coming out in October that we had discussed in our last episode. Because we thought it'd be very informative, very helpful, and fun to talk about why we think you should be watching these anime. And so each episode for like the next, I think, four, three, four,
I don't remember.
you'll know when they come out. We're gonna be discussing like 2 anime each episode. So, this one we're talking about My Hero. My Hero and Spy Family. So Emily's gonna kick us off, obviously, with My Hero, our residential My Hero superfan. Get us started.
I can convince people who hate on My Hero to watch it.
I'm excited.
Okay.
I'm curious to see what you're gonna say.
Okay. So first, let's talk about what My Hero is about. If you don't know what it's about, My Hero is centered around Deku. His real name is Midoriya Izuku. Right? I don't know. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. But Midoriya. But his hero name is Deku. But anyway, he dreams of being a pro hero. However, in a world where most individuals are born with a unique superpower called quirks, Deku finds himself born without a quirk. So the story follows Deku's journey into becoming a pro hero. So the reasons I think you should watch My Hero Academia. Number 1, great character development. The characters are developed throughout the story, and the story does not skip out on developing even side characters. Even if it's just like a small side story they make about a side character, they'll still develop them, which I really like. I'm a big sucker for good character development, and My Hero has great development throughout the whole series and continuing on into the manga. What would you say about that, Emily?
I agree with you. Especially for Bakugo. Great character development there. Even for other, well, I wouldn't really say he's a side character, but he's not a like super main character. What's his name? Tamaki. He's one of the third years. I think even right now in the chapters for like the manga currently, he's had great character development. Because if you know his character, he's a third year that like he wants to be a hero and he enjoys being a hero, but he just is so introverted and so not wanting to be in like these super stressful situations. So he's like trying to get out of everything, but he's showing his true potential right now. So I think that's great character development for him and everyone else. Because I mean, you see that there is, because with the first years, obviously they're going through these crazy situations like villains trying to attack them and just growth with their power or their quirks and all that stuff. So I think it's fun to see that and see what everyone's quirks are.
And speaking of quirks, actually my second point was they have unique superpowers. So the quirks aren't just like your average superpowers like invisibility, even though they do have that. There is literally a girl whose quirk is being invisible. But besides that, they have really unique quirks that I could have never thought of in my head. Like there's no way I could have ever imagined someone being able to produce something out of their body, just like create whatever they need for whatever situation they need. Like that is so creative to me. They're unique and they work in their very own way, which I think is something that's very special to My Hero and in comparison to other stories when superpowers are involved.
Who's your favorite quirk?
I really like Oh, this is hard. Like my favorite quirk? I would actually say I think Todoroki's quirk is my favorite quirk.
I was gonna say that just because it's so like it's not anything like unique like out there. Like he literally can control ice and fire, but it's just like it's kind of like at home to me because of like Avatar. It just reminds me of like being a bender. So I'm like I would love to be a bender and like Todoroki in this sense is like kind of a bender, so I would just love to be one. So, and the fact that he has two, he's like half Avatar.
Yeah, literally. No, I think Todoroki's quirk is really cool. I also think Momo's quirk is really cool. The fact that she can just like develop anything out of her body, I think it's really cool.
I'm trying to think of what her name is. She hasn't showed up in the show yet, but she's a superhero from America.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm gonna say. But her quirk is so rad, and I cannot wait to see that animated.
Yes.
So there's that.
Next, speaking of animation, wow, Emily is getting all of the good transitions. Speaking of animation, the animation is amazing, especially in the movies. The animation is done so well. I get so hyped when I'm watching it. Like I will literally scream like, "Holy shit, this is amazing." Sometimes when watching it, I think the animation
Wait, keep talking.
shot.
You have brought up the movies, and speaking about My Hero movies, we had went to World Heroes movie, and they gave out little booklets
Yes.
that like just show you like characters and like just like character sheets and stats and like all that stuff and what went into making the movie. So that's just cool in and of itself. Like what other anime movies out there or like just studios or animes are giving out stuff like this. So I thought that was really cool. And I was like, I had to show it off because what a cool booklet.
Over here on my Hero shelf, and I have the second movie, I think. But yeah, I think the animation is really, really good. The animation in the movies, especially, but I think how they animate their quirks, I think it's just amazing. Yeah, that's what I have to say about the animation. I personally really enjoy the animation.
I like how they animate fight scenes. I think they do that really well. I think they do that especially well in the movies, just probably because there's more like a movie budget when it comes to My Hero Academia, like animation. But those movies, man, they be pulling your heartstrings, especially like with the soundtrack. Dana and I, like we were just discussing, I think it's a movie you haven't seen yet. But there's like a scene at the end and it's like this just really dramatic song happening and it's so everything's just so dramatic and you're just like like tears.
Well, the last
It's
movie,
just so good.
the one that just came out, made me cry. Like it was wild, but also the anime has made me cry. I'm not going to spoil what has made me cry, but there is a specific scene in a specific season, if you know, you know, that pulls at your heartstrings in a way that I never thought My Hero could pull.
Is this the one that I cried at too?
Yes.
Okay. I was just like, wait, what has she cried about in My Hero?
One thing,
I was
just
trying
the
to think.
one thing. But it's fantastic.
Okay, I think that's the only thing.
Next thing that I have is something that is just very special, and I think that's a reason that My Hero is so close to my heart, is the influence from the mangaka is so apparent. So the mangaka is influenced by Marvel and DC, and sometimes they even make cameos in the manga, which I think is really cool. And as someone who grew up reading Marvel and DC comics, it makes the series feel so nostalgic in a way, even though it just came out in like 2016, like the anime at least. And I just find it very special about the series. It makes me feel very at home, and I think that's why I hold the series so close to my heart. So I just love that the influence is so apparent. Um, yeah.
He like draws like comics for Marvel too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's just like probably a dream come true for him. So I think that's really cool that like Marvel will and DC will like integrate with like the manga world, anime world, and have all this stuff because like you'll see that there's manga out there like for Deadpool or like Spider-Man and all that stuff. So I love that there's like that he has this influence because I mean superhero like and just having superpowers like that's so rad. It like I would love to have a superpower. I mean, I feel like anyone would love to have one. Um because it's like escape from reality and I think that's like what My Hero gives. So, like why would you not want to transport yourself into a really cool super world where most likely have the chance of having a quirk?
Yes,
Though I would kind of be worried of like, what would my quirk be? Because it's low key kind of up to the parents, somewhat. I feel
kind of
like,
depends on what quirk they have.
yeah. So I hope my parents, if I were in that world, had cool quirks.
Next, something that I know a lot of people don't like is filler, and My Hero does not have a lot of filler. I'm not sure on the exact number of filler, but there's little to no filler. If anything, some of their transitions feel like filler, but the transitions from arc to arc feel very smooth, which I really like about the show and the story, just the manga in general.
I'm trying to think. I was like, what episode? Like, I don't recall on my end any like filler. The only thing that's like popping in my head is like the Christmas special, but I'm like, that's a special.
No, there will be like special episodes, which are technically like special episodes, but they're filler episodes. Like there was one where they were in a mission with, in like, it was weird. I just remember there being episodes when I watched it that were filler episodes, but it wasn't like a continuous amount of filler. It was like one episode, and that was it.
Maybe it just didn't feel like filler to me just because I was like watching it season to like waiting for the next season to come out that I was just happy that there was My Hero content out for me to watch. So maybe that's why. But also it's been like a really long time.
But there's not a lot of filler. I think there's I'm not sure about the exact number of filler, but there's like no filler. So I recommend it for people who don't like filler. And then the last reason I recommend it is because the next season, which is coming out October 1st, we talked about last week, which a lot of you guys said was your most anticipated season, which I'm very happy about because there needs to be more My Hero love in the world. Next season is going to be fucking nuts. For those listening to this who have been waiting for My Hero to take a more mature turn, this next season is exactly what you're looking for. The series, in my opinion, is very bingeable. So if you're looking to get to the darker part of the series, look no further and start watching My Hero Academia now until the next season starts. So that is, in my opinion, why you should be watching My Hero Academia. And also, Deku, best boy. I love him. I kin him so much as a character.
I'm kind of glad that My Hero is coming out, and I think this is good strategically, um, for the studio as well, having it being like released first before all this other crazy stuff, so that it's not like, because I mean, either way, I feel like people are gonna maybe hate on it just because they're hating on My Hero, but I think it's good that they're releasing this on the 1st of October so that we have time and like we have time to watch some episodes before like the really anticipated stuff is coming out because we know Bleach is going to be crazy. It's like the final arc. We know Chainsaw Man's going to be crazy because it's meant to be crazy.
Yeah.
It's literally about a Chainsaw Man. And so like with My Hero, it's not going to be like one of the I mean it is going to be crazy because of what this whole arc is about. But like it's not going to be like super gory or anything like Chainsaw Man or like super intense straight off the bat like Bleach will be. So do you get like what I'm putting down? I'm glad that we're getting it first so that we have time to like review episodes. Yeah. So I'm excited about that. Also, I looked and there's only 4 episodes of filler in My Hero out of like 113 episodes. So and most of them and like 3 of them were like specials. So there's that.
That's
but
why
I'm super excited. Super excited for this season. I'm excited to see the first episode because they said it's not going to be a recap episode. So, I'm ready to jump in to deep dive into this crazy arc of My Hero Academia.
So
Season 6.
excited. I'm so
Rah!
excited.
I'm ready to see Bakugo.
I'll probably say, I know last week I couldn't pick, but the more I talk about it, the more excited I get for My Hero. Just because I love this series so much. I mean, I've shown you guys this before, but if you're new here, my graduation cap, my college graduation cap was literally My Hero Academia, so I'm
Hero.
I'm a fan.
I'm like, let's count how many My Hero posters I have in my room. Okay, 1,
let's see.
2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 My Hero posters in my room.
I have 5.
I have a Bakugo pin, Halloween Bakugo pin on my bag. I think I just have 1 My Hero shirt.
Girl, I have like 4 My Hero shirts.
Yes.
People just keep giving me My Hero shirts.
Well, that's just because Target has some really cool like anime shirts.
Yeah.
And they always have some new My Hero design or something. So,
literally.
which I wonder if there's going to be any new stuff coming out, like merch-wise, for this season at Anywhere. I'll probably buy it. Anyways, that's it for My Hero. Tell us what you think. Why do you like My Hero? Are you excited for season 6? Who's your favorite character? Just tell us what you like about My Hero. We're happy to read about it. But now it's my turn. And I'm going to talk about Spy Family. But first off, if you want to know about Spy Family, we got to talk about what it's about. And here we go. So, Agent Twilight, also known as Lloyd Forger, is given a mission where he has to create a fake family to infiltrate a prestigious school and somehow get close to a high-profile politician. By accepting this mission, he creates the perfect family. Or so he thinks. His new wife, Yor, is an assassin, and his adopted daughter, Anya, is a telepath. Here's a catch. Lloyd does not know that Yor is an assassin, and Yor does not know that Lloyd is a secret agent. Anya knows who Lloyd and Yor are. So, I mean, what are you going to do about that? So with that, will Lloyd's new family be functional and help with his mission of accomplishing world peace? We still don't know. What do you like about like Spy Family? That's like what I'm curious about.
I love Spy Family. I think it's the best way I can describe it is it just brings me joy when I'm watching it.
Right.
Like that's just the best way I can describe it. I get so giggly while watching it. It's the same feeling I have watching Spy Family is the same feeling I had when I watched My Hero for the first time. When I watched Inuyasha for the first time, when I watched Fruits Basket for the first time, when I watched Haikyuu for the first time. Like the same feeling that Spy Family gives me is the feeling that I got when I was watching those for the first time. Does that make sense? And those are some of my favorite series ever.
Yeah.
So it's just like this immense joy that the show brings me. Yeah. And I can't really pinpoint why. It just happens sometimes with shows. I feel like you just hit it off really well with shows.
And I think it has to do a lot with like the characters.
Mm-hmm. I love Anya. I'm a big Anya fan. She's so funny. I think I really like the underlying conflict that there is during the story too. The fact that like no one in the family besides Anya knows like their true identities. I love that conflict. So yeah, I love Spy Family. I'm so bad at explaining things. For having an anime podcast and having people actually listen, y'all are real ones, because the way I can't explain anything is...
I like the movie because it's a
movie. That's literally me.
But speaking about Anya, we can go into who the main characters are. And we'll start off with Lloyd because he's the one that accepted this mission. So, Lloyd Forger, he is an agent of WISE. This is an acronym that stands for Westalian. I think that's how you say this country. It's like Westalia or something like that. So, Westalian Intelligence Services Eastern Focused Division. That is a mouthful. And he is currently working on Operation Strix, where the goal is to maintain peaceful relations between Westalius and Ostania. Ostania? Basically, it's like based off of like East and West Germany. It's kind of just like that. So like Cold War stuff. And Lloyd Forger, he's a secret agent, but he's also the father in this fake family. And then we have Yor Forger.
Love
She's something. By day, she works at, and here's why it comes into the East and West Germany thing. She works at Berlin City Hall as a clerk. But at night, she's a famous assassin that works for Garden Assassin with the code name Thorn Princess. If y'all have not watched Spy Family yet, and don't know what Yor looks like as an assassin, I just need y'all to look up real quick, like Yor as like Thorn Princess, and just see how rad she looks. I love her whole character's design, like as an assassin, but also just her outfits as like a mom and just like her daily life. I love it, and I love her hair. But
a big York.
going on, yeah. So she accepted Lloyd's marriage proposal to hide the fact that she herself is an assassin because her coworkers were like, "You're not married yet? Like, that's suspicious." And she was like, "I can't be looking suspicious. I'm an assassin. I have to get married." She gets married to Lloyd. And she is the mother in this fake family. And then we have Anya, my favorite character, Anya Forger. So she's a former test subject.
If she isn't your favorite character at this point, something's going on. Come on.
Right. So she is a former test subject, which this gets funny. Well, it's not funny that she was a test subject, but known as Test Subject 007. If you don't know why that's funny, it's a Bond reference. So, but she's from an unknown organization that was using her as a test subject and somehow ended up in this orphanage. We don't really know a lot about Anya. But, like, I was thinking about that when I was like writing these descriptions. But so Anya was then adopted by Lloyd and is now the daughter of Lloyd and Yor Forger. And she attends Eden Academy at Cecil Hall, and she is a telepath. And mind I say it, she's the funniest character in the show, by far. But the reason why I think people should watch Spy Family is from the story and the character descriptions, you can already see that it's a very intriguing story with like very interesting characters that you want to know more about. You're like, with this perfect family, you want to know if they're going to be helpful with the mission because they don't know that they're really doing this mission, except Anya.
Mm-hmm.
She somewhat knows what she's doing and like what this mission is, but she's like 5. She just knows that if she doesn't succeed with what Lloyd in his head wants Anya to do, that somehow the world will end.
Yes.
So just like those scenes are just so funny because she's just like, if I don't like do this right now, we're all gonna die. And you're just like, you're not gonna die in this specific moment. Like, it's okay. And she's just like, we're gonna die. But you want to see if they figure out who the other like person's identity is. You want to see if people grow closer. You want to see how this fake family like families. And I really like that about Spy Family. And this whole thing, it's got everything you want. You know, you got the comedic moments, you got action, you got heartfelt scenes. And it's just an anime, like we were saying. It's just something you look forward to watching, like, every episode. Like, I was really anticipating during the first part of Spy Family like for every Saturday to watch a new episode.
Yeah.
I just love everything about it. But what I think is really interesting about Spy Family is that, well, one, for it like when it came out, everyone loved it. Like, was in love with Spy Family, was raving about it. It was just the talk of the town. For it only being at that moment like 12 episodes, which I just thought was like really interesting. But the studio's Toho at the at this moment in time, it's one season with the first part completely done, 12 episodes. And then I guess Core 2, I don't think they've released like how many episodes this one will be, but I'm guessing it's also going to be 12.
Well, it'll be 13 because this whole show is listed for 25. Like the whole season 1 is
Oh,
listed for 25.
there you go. It'll be 13 episodes. Which part 2 starts October 1st, just like My Hero. And it's in sub and dub. But what's interesting with the dub, they have it in English, in German, in French, in Portuguese, Russian, and Spanish. That's a lot of dubs. Which all of them sound really good. Because I remember we were waiting for my dad to, like, I don't know, sit down with us to watch, like, the new episode or something. And we're like, oh, look at all these dubs. And, like, we just decided to click on all of them and listen. And we're like, I could sit down and actually enjoy watching this in French. Or watching this in, like, German or Russian or whatnot. So they have a really good voice cast. And so does My Hero. But, like, Spy Family has a really good voice cast. I think all the characters are all the voices fit characters. Especially Anya.
I love Anya.
I love Anya.
We're big Anya fans here.
And I thought, you know, with this being a perfect, like, starter anime, which it was for, like, my mom, and I guess somewhat for my dad, because it's not, like, his first anime, but, like, a starter to his, like, anime journey, because I think this is, like, the third one he's watched, like, through. I decided to ask my parents and my sister, since I watched with them, like, what they liked about Spy Family. And my mom said that she likes the premise of it and that it's short. Because they are, like, short episodes. They're the same length. It goes by really fast, but not in, like, a bad way.
Yeah,
they're just like,
they go
it's
quick.
over.
It's like
Dang it, now I have to wait a week. And then she liked that the characters are cute and they're all flawed. And then my dad went to add on to the flawed part, saying that the mom is badass, but is emotional. And I kind of laughed at that. She is emotional in her own way, but it's just because she doesn't really know how to interact with people, I would say. Just because, like, you see in the story, she basically had to grow up pretty quickly and take care of her brother. So she just, like, when she's faced with, like, a Lloyd situation, she kind of just, like, glitches and, like, kind of freaks out. It just, like, causes a mess. It's pretty funny. And then with Lloyd, he's a spy, but he doesn't know how to deal with people because just like he had to grow up quickly because of stuff that happened in his past. So it's kind of funny to see him. He's like, I don't know how to handle a child. And Anya's just like, I want peanuts. I want a dog. Oh, but you know, Lloyd, he just like he also doesn't know how to deal with people, but it's different in his own way. Like he doesn't know how to deal with kids, or he doesn't know how to deal with the craziness that is So it's kind of funny just to see him like get tired of like having a family, but like also caring about them at the same time. It's like really cute to watch, and it's just really funny to see him like handle the dad life and like the married life and all that stuff. And then mom loves Anya. She thinks she's funny and cute and unrealistic, as in like she's faking her age just so she can get adopted. And then just Anya really being Anya, just existing. She's unrealistic. I thought it was funny. She's like her being unrealistic because like she's faking her age. I was like, not because she's a telepath. And she was like, oh yeah. And so like there's just all that cute stuff. And then I asked Dana to send a little snippet because she doesn't live here anymore. But She said Spy Family is fun, cute, and action-packed. The characters are deep and lovable, and the relationships are endearing. And I highly agree. Especially Anya and Damien's relationship.
Love them.
I just love how Damien reacts with Anya, especially when he sees her, like, whenever he's just like looking at other people, they look normal, but when he sees Anya, it's kind of like an Eren Mikasa situation where, like, if it's Eren's like point of view with Mikasa, she's drawn more beautiful like that. Like they Damien and Anya have that. I'm like, that is so freaking
I
cute. And
love
he
it.
just doesn't want to admit that he likes her. And so he has that whole like ordeal of like little kid not admitting that he like has a crush on Anya or something. And then Anya just desperately wants to be friends with him. Like for world peace. But like also she just wants to like kind of be friends with him. So I love the relationships in the show. The one thing that's kind of weird is Yor and her brother.
It's like the anime trope that has
I don't want.
it's like I don't want it, but it always has to be there. Not by my willingness though.
Like if you know, like if you read and then just like and they kind of show it a little bit like later in part 1. Like if you know how they grew up, I see why he might have a sister, not might. This dude's got a sister complex. I see why he has a sister complex because of their past, the way that they grew up. But I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
I'm like, leave her alone. But there's that. I mean, the relationships can be really cute. Relationships can also be really weird. But I think that's just what makes Spy Family a comedic, interesting, intriguing story. And I love everything about it. It's not something that requires a lot of brain power. It's something you look forward to. I think it has everything that you want in it, relationship wise, and friendships, and, you know, funny moments, and heartfelt moments, and all that type of stuff. So I'm super excited for part 2 just because, like, I know what happens. And I just love all these characters. I like Spy Family. I can't remember when we did the episode of like what's in our top 10. If I put Spy Family in there, but like Spy Family is definitely in my top 10 like anime just because it's the way I just look forward to watching it. And it's just really close to me because it's like something I watch with my whole family. So, it's like the best of both worlds. I love Spy Family and I'm so excited. Did we agree that our favorite character is Anya?
Yes.
Keyword.
My favorite character is Anya. She is a mood. I love her.
Like, I love everyone else, but like, how could your favorite character not be Anya?
She's so funny. She's just so funny. I don't want to like talk more about it because I feel like I'll spoil something because I was just about to spoil something that she does in the first season. That I love about her. But yeah, no, Anya, best girl, love her. Anya longs for a mother.
We like when we were watching Spy Family. This is like also just one thing I love about it. It's very quotable, and so like even my dad would just be like texting in the group chat just randomly, like when we were watching it when part 1 was out. He would just text peanuts.
Another reason that I'm a big Anya fan is because she loves peanuts, and Emily can attest to this. I love peanuts. I love peanut butter. I love any form of peanuts so much. They're my favorite snack.
This is a peanut butter household. You can watch both of these coming out October 1st, which I think is I have no clue. Hey Siri, how many days till October 1st?
13 days.
13 days.
Okay.
Technology could be hard.
It's less than 2 weeks. I'm so
Well, 13 days from today's Sunday, September 18th, when we're recording. This comes out
Friday, September
23rd.
23rd.
So
With that, that's too funny. With that, join our Discord. It's a great little community we have going on. I love the Discord. Follow us on TikTok. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like this video. Rate us 5 stars. And we will see you
on
guys
Spotify.
next week.
Which ones are we talking about next week?
I forgot. I don't have the schedule
Let me
in
see.
front of me.
I've got it. Oh, exciting. Next week, we'll be talking about Mob Psycho 100 and Blue Lock.
Two very
So-
great series.
Stay tuned for that. We're excited to talk about it. We're excited for October to start because so many fun things are going to be happening, like anime weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So excited. And spooky season. So, once again, thank you. All of our things you can follow us on and like and all that stuff is in the description below. So, once again, love y'all. Thank you. Stay tuned for next week. And hope you enjoyed this episode. Huh?
Happy Hispanic Heritage Month.
Happy Hispanic Heritage Month. You gotta tell Helen who your bias is in BTS.
Good.
Oh, did you text that?
Oh, it's at Jungkook.